Welcome to the Protect Circle, where the magical embrace of values fosters resilience, hope, and healing.
Hi everyone, it's Mahi, your Protect podcast host. Today is episode 62, and I'm here with my ever-adventurous co-host, Dr. Manaan Kar Ray. Manaan, how's the spirit of adventure treating you today?
Well, Mahi, I'm feeling ready to dive into the jungle of today's episode, and I have to admit, I even tried a little mini adventure this morning. I decided to try a new route on my morning walk, and it felt like a whole new world.
Oh, I love that. And adventure doesn't have to be scaling the mountains or sailing across oceans. Even a new path or a different way to look at the familiar can be its own little adventure.
Yeah.
And last week, we discussed courage with Leo the lion, and we encouraged families to share stories of everyday bravery, and we got some lovely responses.
Yeah, so many of you shared moments of courage, from trying a new food to standing up for a friend. These are the seeds of bravery, and they are also the first steps into today's value, adventure. Because, as we know, a little courage often opens the door to exciting new journeys, right?
Right. And courage and adventure really do go hand in hand. Like, when we're brave enough to step outside our comfort zone, we often discover something new about the world and ourselves. So, let's buckle up, everyone. Today, we're going to explore what it means to live with a spirit of adventure. Ready, Manaan?
Absolutely. Let's swing through the jungle with Sunny and his guide, Max. But before we do that, why did the monkey adventurer get kicked out of the Jungle Explorers Club?
Why?
Because he kept monkeying around instead of following the trail.
That's such a dad joke. Okay, wait, I have one as well. Why did the explorer bring a map to the desert shop?
Why would anyone need a map in a desert shop?
To find the rocky road, of course.
I don't know which is worse.
Me either. So, going to the topic of adventure, just hearing the word makes us think of excitement, the unknown, and a hint of thrill. So, to get us in the mood, I found a wonderful quote from Helen Keller. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all.
I love that, Mahi. Keller reminds us that adventure isn't just about wild expeditions. It's about choosing to live fully, to take risks, and embrace life's surprises. Now, here's another one which I really love from T.S. Eliot. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go.
Such powerful words. Adventure invites us to push our limits, to explore not only the world, but also the edges of what we think is possible. Whether it's trying a new skill, meeting new people, or discovering new places, adventure is what makes life feel vibrant and meaningful.
And for children, it's even more special. Adventure fuels curiosity, builds confidence, and keeps the sense of wonder alive. Each new experience is like adding a brushstroke to their growing world. Adventure can be as simple as exploring the backyard or as big as learning to swim for the first time. It's not about the scale, but the spirit.
Now, one of my favorite parts, our guessing game. So last week, we asked you guys to guess which animal would guide Sunny through the world of adventure. And as usual, we got some fantastic guesses.
I wonder whether, while we were doing those dad jokes, by saying the word swinging, whether I gave it away or not.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should stick to quotes from famous people rather than doing dad jokes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ella from New Zealand guessed an eagle again, like eagle keeps coming up. We had eagle for courage as well. And which I think is spot on for adventure, a symbol of freedom and soaring heights. So very fitting, I guess.
And Ravi from Canada guessed a cheetah, thinking its speed and energy would be perfect for adventure, which I think is a great choice, Ravi. Cheetahs do bring an element of thrill with their quickness and courage.
But neither Ella nor Ravi have got it right this time. So Sunny's adventure buddy is...
Drum roll, please.
It's Max the monkey. Max embodies the playful, daring spirit of adventure. He's agile, quick, and always curious about what's around the next corner.
And Max is the perfect guide for this journey. With his curiosity and agility, he's not afraid to swing into unknown territory.
Now let's dive into the story, shall we? As Sunny follows Max into the Everwild Jungle, discovering the thrill and beauty of adventure. Storytime, Mahi, over to you.
Adventures in the Jungle. A new day dawns. As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Sunny slowly blinked awake. The soft rustling of grass and the gentle sound of water greeted him. For a moment, he stretched out, his fluffy golden fur catching the early light. Leo, his mighty lion companion, was already awake, standing nearby and gazing out over the peaceful Braveheart Plains. "Good morning, Leo," Sunny yawned, padding over to his friend. "I was thinking about yesterday, about the wildebeest and the river of reflection. I was scared, but I didn't run." Leo turned, his eyes full of pride. "That's because you were brave, Sunny. Courage isn't about not being scared. It's about moving forward, even when you are. And remember, courage is what makes adventure possible." Sunny wagged his tail, excitement bubbling inside. "Adventure?" Leo grinned, his golden mane catching the sunlight. "Yes, Sunny. Today we're going to explore the Everwild Jungle. It's a place filled with wonders and surprises. Adventure is all about trying new things, stepping into the unknown, and learning to trust yourself along the way." Sunny's ears perked up. An adventure in the jungle sounds amazing. Leo nodded. "And I know just the friend to show us around." Into the Everwild Jungle. After drinking from the sparkling river of reflection, Sunny and Leo set off on their journey toward the jungle. As they walked, the golden grasslands of the Braveheart Plains gradually transformed into dense, vibrant greenery. The air grew thick with humidity, and the sunlight filtered through the towering trees of the Everwild, casting glowing patches of light on the jungle floor. Sunny's heart raced with excitement as they passed trees draped with moss and twisted vines. Everywhere he looked, brightly colored birds flitted through the air, and strange new sounds filled the atmosphere. The jungle buzzed with life, full of both beauty and mystery. "Wow," Sunny whispered, gazing around in awe. "This place is incredible." Leo smiled knowingly. That's the magic of the Everwild Jungle. Each adventure here is different, and it's full of surprises. Just then, a loud rustling came from the trees above. Before Sunny could react, a mischievous monkey swung down from the branches, landing in front of them with a big grin. "Hi there," the monkey said, his large eyes sparkling with excitement. "I'm Max. I heard you're looking for an adventure." Sunny's tail wagged in excitement. "Yes, Leo said you could show us around." Max flipped back onto a tree branch, hanging upside down. "Oh, I'll show you more than just the jungle. I'll take you on the adventure of a lifetime. There's so much to see. Come on." Before Sunny or Leo could respond, Max swung through the trees, leading them deeper into the jungle. The thrill of an adventure. The jungle was alive with energy. Max led them through the thick foliage, up and over large boulders, and across moss-covered rocks. He swung effortlessly from tree to tree, urging them to keep up. The air was thick and warm, but Sunny loved the feeling of the unknown. Every corner seemed to hold a new surprise. The sound of rushing water filled the air, and soon they reached a tall rope bridge swaying over a deep ravine. Beneath it, a river rushed toward a waterfall in the distance, roaring with life. "This is the Thunderclap Gorge," Max explained, swinging over to the other side with ease. "You've got to cross the bridge if you want to see the rest of the jungle." Sunny hesitated as the bridge swayed in the breeze. His paws trembled slightly. He remembered Leo's words about courage. "You've got this, Sunny," Max called. "Adventure is about taking a leap into the unknown." Leo smiled encouragingly. "Remember, Sunny, you faced the wildebeests. You can face this too. Take deep breaths and trust yourself." Sunny took a deep breath, feeling the wood of the rope bridge creak beneath his paws. His heart raced, but with Leo's steady presence, he slowly and carefully crossed the bridge. When he finally reached the other side, he felt exhilarated. "You did it," Max cheers, doing a little flip in the air. That's what adventure feels like. You never know what's going to happen next, but that's what makes it fun. Sunny panted happily, his golden fur damp from the jungle humidity. "That was amazing." Leo nodded. Adventures are about stepping out of your comfort zone. The unknown is what makes them so thrilling. Discovering the hidden waterfall. Max led them deeper into the jungle until the sound of rushing water became even louder. Soon, they reached a hidden waterfall cascading down from a rocky cliff into a shimmering pool below. The waterfall was surrounded by vibrant flowers and lush greenery, while butterflies danced through the air. "This is the song of the falls," Max said softly, his voice quieter now. "Sometimes, adventure means finding beauty in unexpected places." Sunny stood at the edge of the pool, mesmerized by the waterfall's power and grace. He thought about the adventure he had just been on, the rope bridge, the sounds of the jungle, and now this. Adventure, he realized, wasn't just about the thrill of the unknown. It was about discovering new wonders along the way. He smiled as he thought about the little adventures he used to go on with Tommy and Lily back home. Exploring the garden, building forts out of blankets, finding hidden bird nests, or chasing butterflies. All those moments felt just as magical. "Adventure can be anywhere," Sunny said softly, turning to Max and Leo. "It's not just about big places, like the jungle or a crossing bridge. It's about discovering new things, even at home with Tommy and Lily." Leo smiled warmly. "That's right, Sunny. Every adventure, big or small, can bring us closer to understanding the world, and more importantly, ourselves." The Rapids Adventure. As they admired the waterfall, Max pointed to the river flowing beneath it. "Look, the river is on its own adventure." Sunny watched in amazement as the once calm river of reflection, now a fast-moving stream, hurtled toward the waterfall. It rushed with purpose, like it knew it had to take the plunge, trusting that the journey would create beauty at the end. It's like the river doesn't know what's waiting for it at the waterfall, but it still rushes forward, Sunny observed. "It's like it's excited to see what happens next." Leo nodded thoughtfully. "That's the spirit of adventure, Sunny. It's not always about knowing what will happen next. but having the courage to move forward anyway, just like the river. And just like you crossed the bridge, even though you were scared. As they watched the water tumble over the edge and create a beautiful splash below, Max chimed in. Sometimes you just have to let go and trust the journey. Whether it's crossing a river, stepping through a curtain into a new world, or exploring your backyard with Tommy and Lily, adventures take courage and curiosity. Sunny's heart swelled with understanding. He thought about all the little adventures he had with Tommy and Lily, their games, the discoveries they made together, and how they always looked out for one another. Adventure is more fun when you do it together, Sunny said, smiling at Max and Leo. Just like I always have fun with Tommy and Lily. The courage to explore. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the jungle, the trio sat by the waterfall, reflecting on the day's adventures. Adventures aren't always easy, Max said, hanging from a low branch. But they're always worth it. You never know what you'll discover. Whether it's a new place, a new friend, or something about yourself. Sunny smiled as he gazed at the waterfall. I was scared of the bridge, but now I know that trying new things is part of the adventure. Leo nodded. You were brave today, Sunny. Courage is what lets us take those first steps into the unknown. And adventure is what happens when we dare to explore. Sunny's heart swelled with excitement for what lay ahead. I can't wait for the next adventure. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Sunny curled up beside Leo, feeling the warmth of Max's friendship and the thrill of the day's discoveries still fresh in his mind. He realized that the jungle, with all its twists and turns, had taught him something important. Adventure wasn't just about the destination. It was about the journey, the beauty, and the courage to explore. And as he drifted off to sleep under the starry sky, Sunny knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, but he was ready to face them with courage and excitement in his heart. What an incredible journey. Sunny crossed a rope bridge, followed Max through dense jungle trails, and discovered a hidden waterfall. And each step showed him that adventure is about excitement, beauty, and a little touch of courage.
Absolutely. Sunny learned that adventure isn't just about thrill. It's also about the surprises we find when we go beyond the familiar. Each part of his journey helped him see the world a little differently, even if it felt a bit scary at times.
So Manaan, let's dig deeper. Why is adventure so essential for mental health and well-being?
Well, adventure has profound effects on our mental health. Research shows that engaging in new, stimulating activities can lower stress levels, increase happiness, and enhance overall life satisfaction. The experience of adventure builds resilience, helping us navigate unfamiliar situations calmly and confidently.
And it doesn't have to be extreme. Small adventures like visiting a new park or trying out a new sport, or like you said earlier, taking a new route on your morning walk, that can give us a boost. And adventure nurtures curiosity, which keeps the mind flexible. Flexibility is essential for handling life's challenges and can even prevent burnout, as new experiences give our minds a refreshing reset.
Exactly. And for children, these small, safe adventures provide opportunities to build emotional resilience. When kids try something new, like crossing a road bridge or meeting new friends, it teaches them to manage small doses of fear or uncertainty. This experience is crucial for developing confidence and learning to cope with stress.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Studies show that adventurous activities can actually reduce cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, helping prevent chronic stress. And kids who engage in regular adventurous play, whether it's climbing, exploring, or even pretend play, they are often better equipped to face changes later in life, like moving to a new school or taking on new responsibilities.
Yes, it's almost like a stress rehearsal, and adventure helps us develop problem solving skills. When we face the unknown, we learn to adapt and find creative solutions, which can be beneficial for managing anxiety and improving self esteem. Even in therapy, mental health professionals often encourage patients to try something new, like exploring a new hobby or taking a nature walk. These activities can shift the focus from worries to the present, creating a sense of control and accomplishment. For mental health professionals, introducing the concept of adventure can be a gentle way to encourage patients to take small risks. Trying new things can empower them to step out of their comfort zones, reminding them that even a small victory can be a step forward. Adventure, in this sense, becomes a safe way to reconnect with life's possibilities. Professionals who are working in the addiction space often find that the people they are working with are really trying to get a buzz out of the drugs that they are doing or the substances they are using. And there could be a really important conversation in that space about the value of adventure. Are there particular adventures they can have without doing something that is unsafe or doing something that is harmful? Because they are looking for that spirit of adventure, but they are doing harm to themselves. So addictions professionals can have an entire conversation about this particular value and incorporating that into day-to-day things, which actually does give you a natural high without substances. It's a delicate, sensitive conversation, but it's something which could underpin a number of conversations that happen between the professional and the patient in the pre-contemplation phase when people are not thinking about quitting substances. Sorry, I know I've gone off at a tangent, but I think it's a really important value to bring into your mental health practice.
Now, let's share some conversation prompts for parents, teachers, and anyone who wants to discuss adventure with kids. Ready, Manaan?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with, why do you think Leo said that courage and adventure go hand in hand? How are they connected?
So I love this one. So parents can explain that adventure often begins with a little courage. Facing something unknown is exciting, but can also feel uncertain. Adventure starts with that first brave step.
Next up, what is something in your life that you see as an adventure? How does it make you feel?
So this one lets kids connect adventure to their own lives, showing them that adventure doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as learning a new skill or even making a new friend. So parents can steer the conversation in that direction.
Another good one is, how did crossing the rope bridge help Sunny understand that adventures can be both scary and exciting?
Yeah, this helps kids see that feeling nervous is part of the adventure. It's a wonderful way to normalize a little fear.
And here's another one. If you were on an adventure with Sunny, what would you like to do the most? Climb, explore, or discover new things?
This helps children see that adventure can mean different things for different people. So the books do have a whole list of 10 questions. We're not going to go through all the questions today like we did for Courage in the Savannah, but I would recommend just people get the books, look at the ways in which they can steer the conversation. So, yeah.
Now, this is one of my favorite parts, bringing in some familiar faces who embody adventure. So when I think of adventure, I think of Moana from the movie Moana. And she ventures far from home, crossing the ocean, facing the unknown, all to bring hope to her people.
Yeah, Moana is a wonderful example. And I think the second part has just come out. I saw billboards for that while driving to work. For me, though, Indiana Jones from the Indiana Jones series is another ultimate adventurer. I guess it's a generational thing. He's a mix of bravery, curiosity, and intellect. Whether he's exploring temples in the Raiders of Lost Ark or finding the Holy Grail in the Last Crusade, each adventure is about courage, discovery, and a little bit of good old-fashioned daring.
Indiana Jones is perfect. He's not really in my generation, but I think he shows us that adventure isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's dusty and involves a few spiders or a lot of them.
So true. So parents can use Indiana Jones movies as a starting point to discuss adventure with older kids. Each adventure teaches Indy something valuable, and he never backs down from a challenge. Watching his story is a way to spark conversations about perseverance, curiosity, and taking risks wisely.
And the humor? Indiana's reactions show that even adventurers can get a little scared. And it reminds us that a bit of humor goes a long way in keeping adventures fun and not too serious. It's about the thrill, yes, but also about the joy of discovery. So I wanted to try something new, like doing a cultural spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
So for adventure, I thought New Zealand would be perfect. I feel like New Zealand is known for its adventurous spirit and invites people from all over the world to experience thrill-seeking activities like bungee jumping, skydiving, and hiking in beautiful landscapes.
That's where you went for your schoolies, so I can see why you're thinking of that as your kind of the adventure spotlight in a way. Yeah, adventure is woven into the culture in New Zealand, encouraging people to step out of their comfort zones and embrace the beauty of nature. The Maori people of New Zealand even have a word, Maya, which speaks to courage and bravery, embodying the spirit of adventure in everyday life.
From exploring fjords to climbing glaciers, I think New Zealand celebrates adventure in its purest form. It's a reminder that adventure connects us to the world and brings a sense of aliveness.
I think that's a great idea that we are starting to pick a country spotlight. And in fact, book 19, that is something that we're just completing, The Heart of Love. That's based in New Zealand, so it's Kiwi Terra Whale. So, and we can do this. And I think we went to the South Island of New Zealand in 2018 where the lupins were in full bloom.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you went back again last year, wasn't it? 2023. Yeah. So, New Zealand, what a beautiful place. And sometimes I feel the Southern Alps are better than the real Alps, actually. So, yeah.
So next episode, we're exploring curiosity, and we've got a new animal friend joining Sunny. Going on to the guessing game, here's your hint. This character is small, quick, and always on the lookout for something interesting.
I can picture this now, darting around, eager to discover. We are so excited to see what guesses you come up with. Remember, the world is full of curious little creatures just waiting to be discovered.
Let's wrap this up with a beautiful thought from John Muir. The world is big, and I want to have a good look at it before it gets dark.
Perfectly said. Life's grand adventure is waiting for all of us, and it's up to us to explore it.
Thank you all for tuning in to Sunny's Adventure. Keep that spirit of adventure alive, stay curious, and remember, every day holds the potential for something amazing. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and remember, life is an adventure worth exploring. Bye-bye.